with memorandums?
Well, Devin, you're quite right. This is actually AMCU's campaign to force the platinum producers that you just mentioned to come to the party, to come back to the CCMA talks and sit down and talk about the demands of AMCU. You'll remember AMCU is demanding 12,500 basic wages at the platinum belt. Well, what we've seen today is, as you can see behind me, currently the president of AMCU, Mr. Joseph Matunjwa, has been addressing the workers that are gathered here. Close to about 1,000 of AMCU members are here, and he has been pressing hard on them that they need to hold on and they need to see this strike out. He's been telling them that no one is going to fight for them; they must fight for themselves. So yes, at the moment we know that officially the unions said they had been offering about 9%, and they're waiting for AMCU to come closer to that 9% before there can be any meaningful negotiations. Well, he's been slamming the Lonmin CEO, Mr. Ben for going behind the union and offering workers 15% salary wage increase, and Mr. Matunjwa says this is still not enough.
Leuta, you mentioned the insistence by the president of AMCU to get the workers to stay committed to the strike and move on. Did you get a sense of their real commitment on the ground as far as their demands are concerned? And I ask this because workers are really holding out for more than 2 months now, and no doubt families back home are bearing the brunt with no money for food or daily living. How are they coping?
Well, Devin, no doubt the strike is having a huge impact on both the workers and the companies. Actually, this morning I glanced through the Chamber of Commerce website, where they've actually put up a real-time count of the impact of the strike on the industry, and so far it shows that workers have actually lost about 5 billion rand of their earnings, and the producers on the other side have lost about 11 billion rand of their revenue. So no doubt both sides are feeling the impact. What I did this morning is I tried to speak to some of the workers who had gathered here. Most of them weren't willing to talk to us, but I got a few who were brave enough to speak to us, and they gave me some mixed reaction in terms of how the strike is impacting them. Let's take a listen.
The money we're earning here is too little to support our families. We're asking for more.
The way the management did, that's the way we did. Well, the very same management of Anglo and Lonmin and Impala, they got a stockpile. So by end of this month, last month, their stockpiling has been finished. Same as us. We've been budgeted for the strike. That's why we've been surviving until now.
Budgeted for the strike. I hope you can hear me with all the noise in the background, but let me just go through one more question. I mean, what exactly is in that memorandum given to Lonmin today? Do you have any sense?
Okay, Devin, at this point in time, the memorandum hasn't been handed over to Lonmin officials yet. The president of AMCU, Mr. Matunjwa, has been speaking to the workers, whipping up their emotions and making sure that they stay the course in terms of the struggle for the wage that they're asking. I did speak to some of the officials earlier, though, and what they told me that what's in that memorandum is the same as it was for Emplas and for Impala, and it's very straightforward and simple. All they want is 12,500, and they want the companies to come back to the negotiating tables to basically discuss how to achieve their demand. Well, we don't know what these marches are going to achieve at the end of the day. We do know that AMCU has threatened to march to Parliament if they're not getting any joy from the efforts that they've put in trying to convince all these three companies that they deserve 12,500.
All right, we're going to have to leave it there. Leuta Motlagelwa at the Lonmin offices in front of a very energized crowd of workers there. We'll get more details from him in our later bulletins. More business news coming up after the break.